Hello and welcome to the bonus episode.
Hey y'all, look at you in
It's
your
been
Chief
a
shirt.
yeah, thank you. It's been a
That's
long time since we've done a bonus episode.
It
We've been a
really
little
has. Honestly, we've forgotten about these.
listen, it's a lot.
Summer
And
takes it out of us.
that and let's just face it, 99% of your questions right now have to do with the best news that's happened to us in years,
I
maybe.
mean, can you even?
Guys, Taylor and Travis being engaged is really taking over the planet.
Listen, we could
Like
not be more excited for our personal friends.
No, it's true. I was actually just on a work call, and this guy, one of my coworkers, he's very astute, and so at the end of the call, he's like, "Hey, I'd like to ask you something a little personal or invasive." Oh, okay. And he said, "You live in Kansas City. Are you in on the whole Taylor Travis thing?" I was like,
Are you
uh,
in on?
I said, I can send you a link to my podcast that will cover all topics.
What
But
you
yeah,
want to know?
so I explained to him that yes, we realize it's a parasocial relationship. We're aware enough to know that we should not be picking out our clothes for the wedding, but we will stay prepared in case anything changes.
Yeah. And obviously, next week we'll probably get into more detail and talk of it, but right now
Oh,
we live in high on it.
we're on cloud nine, and today's episode is our football preview. This is our second or third annual football preview. I don't know.
Okay, so we had mentioned we've done this before, and so I was going back through all my notes and I was like, okay, well, how did we structure this before? Because if
Right.
anyone knows anything about me, it's that if I don't know a plan going into something, I will
Yeah,
spiral. Okay?
yeah.
So
You
I
really love
needed
Southern
structure for the
Australia.
notes of what I needed to look at because discussing a preview of football is a lot of teams. That's a
Yeah,
lot.
there's a few.
So I was going back through my notes. I couldn't find that we'd ever done this before.
Oh yes, we have. I
Not
can
like
look.
as a special episode. Like maybe we did it on a
It's
regular
probably just a
episode and
weekly.
I
Yeah.
just didn't like make note of it or flag it. But yeah, I looked. I couldn't find anything. So potentially this is maybe our second one.
Yes. I don't know that we ever did a bonus, but it's a bonus right now because honestly, there's just too much going on
So
elsewhere.
much.
But today's all about football. So if you don't like football, skip the bonus. We'll see you on Tuesday with our normal topics, which do include football. But last night here in Kansas City, we Arrowhead was rocking. Apparently,
That
Nebraska
was the
played
place to be.
Cincinnati. The first couple of Kansas City was there. And yeah, it's like we're here. It's here. Football season. College game day comes on tomorrow morning.
Listen, I am pumped. I'm getting all my errands run today. I'm cleaning my house today because I have to
Okay,
get off the
okay.
couch tomorrow.
I'm super pumped. The boys don't. Their football game's not until 1, so I can catch all game day.
Okay.
We only have one game tomorrow, and then I plan to set myself upon my couch and
Yes.
watch the footballs.
Which I'm
But
glad for because I need to be able to text Mandy and get a
yeah,
response.
I'm gonna be ready. I'm
And
ready this week.
I can't have you raising children during football
Yes,
season.
really is a problem for a lot of reasons. So let me set the stage for you a little bit here. If you're new to Y-Space, welcome. Thanks for joining us. If you found us because we talk a lot about Taylor Swift, today's not for you. Also, if you're new to just the football world of Y-Space, we are very heavy on the SEC. We both
Yes.
are born and raised SEC fans. So we're going to focus a lot on that. We do think it is the premier league conference in the league. We've had a few down years now,
Right. Right.
and we can own that. But we're going to talk about the SEC heavily. As Becca pointed out, there are about 785,000 other college football teams. And while I do appreciate your questions about places like Idaho State, we just don't feel that that's our
No.
wheelhouse.
And our brains cannot take in any
No,
more information.
no.
I'm barely keeping up with which players are on which rosters.
It's true. And to top it off, we love the NFL. Now, the NFL, we are going to talk about. We are Chiefs fans,
Yes.
clearly. If you're watching, you see that I'm wearing my red and yellow because it's Friday in Kansas City and everyone is wearing red for Taylor and
I
Travis.
love that
But
so much.
we're going to talk about the Chiefs, but we will talk about a lot more NFL teams than the Chiefs. It's just easier than college football.
'Cause there's so many
So
differences.
that's kind of the landscape of this episode. So we're going to kick it off with college football.
Yep.
we're going to talk about the SEC.
Yes.
It's the only conference that matters, really. But so I guess we're going to start with what we're calling the top contenders: Georgia, Alabama, Texas, and LSU. Becca, first tell the crowd your allegiances.
Listen, I am Roll Tide through and through, so I will root
Mhm.
for University of Alabama, good or bad. And I feel like we're really honest about our teams. It's not
Oh
we're
yeah.
not always
Well,
talking
I'm
about
probably more honest than
that
Becca
is
is
true.
because she does have that
I
stanch of
will to the
religion.
end
But
say Alabama's
yeah,
going to win everything, but like when I actually
fine.
talk about them, I do understand that that's not likely.
Yeah. I am born and raised in Arkansas, so Razorback fan. My family did all go to Texas A&M though, except for myself. 'Cause why do what anybody else does?
That's right.
And yeah, so I have some connections, familial connections to a couple places, but that's kind of where I lie. So
Yeah.
that's where the honesty comes in. As a Razorback fan, we just know what we're dealing with. So no delusions there. But Georgia, Alabama, Texas, LSU. Pretty much, if you go on Google today, everyone is saying these are the top four teams in the SEC.
Which
You
is
got some
wild.
dark horse stuff that I don't buy, but let's go ahead and talk about these four. So I've got my notes on each of the four teams, but let's start with Georgia. Now, the thing about Georgia is you never know who's going to be on the field on Saturday because you don't know who went to jail on Friday.
Right. Do you think that they have a parole officer on their payroll just to like keep up with things?
Well, we have long said we don't understand why they don't have their own personal Uber
Right.
service. We don't understand what Kirby's doing. It's just a weird deal. If you're not familiar, pretty much if you go play football at the University of Georgia, you're going to get arrested at some point.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, it's a DUI. We just don't understand.
It's a wild thing to be known for, right?
I, to be so good, yet so
But
stupid.
also, I don't know that I've ever heard Kirby Smart come out and like discuss, listen, we have a lot of arrests. We do have a game plan of like what we're trying to do. I don't it's almost like he doesn't care about that, which is odd because I understand it's their personal life, but also that does have reflections onto your football field when your players are not available.
Well, and I think we've gotten to this unfortunate place, which I noticed you did not put this in the notes today, which is probably good because we don't need me down my rabbit hole. But the NIL and transfer portal, both of these things have taken over the landscape of college football,
Yeah.
and we have lost sight. And I think Kirby may have fallen victim to this. We have lost sight that these are young men who are still needing to be molded
Yeah.
into upstanding men. And I would go ahead and say I think Kirby Smart is doing the worst job at that.
Well, I think you have to take into consideration like some of these people are true freshmen, so they're coming from
Yeah.
maybe living at home with their parents, being
Right.
supervised, parented, maybe, we don't know.
Hopefully,
To then like you go off into college and really nobody's monitoring you. Unless you're at practice or in class, like no one's monitoring you.
which is wild. I feel like we could do better. I
Right.
feel like we could do better. But University of Georgia had a bit of a weird situation, the football team. Carson Beck was their quarterback and not an attractive young man, but had a lot of notoriety, was, I mean, for all intents and purposes, pretty decent.
Decent,
And
yeah.
then he had a girlfriend, as you do in college, and so he decided, you know what, for my fifth year, I'm gonna hop on down to Miami where she plays basketball and I'm gonna play some football, but then I'm gonna get there and cheat on her and I'm still at Miami.
Yeah, we didn't think that one through.
I don't know. And what is wrong with you that, have y'all seen him? Like, it's
Right?
weird.
And she's gorgeous.
Beautiful. She's an incredible basketball player. So I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
so Gunnar Stockton is now taking over as the starting quarterback for the Bulldogs. Now, here's something I found interesting. I find this interesting about several people from Georgia. When you think about Carson,
Uh-huh.
you think about Brock Bowers. I feel like I had another example, but they all have really bad hair. And Gunnar Stockton, one man who also has very bad hair.
Okay, listen, I didn't put it together.
But the other interesting note about Gunnar Stockton is this is his 4th year at the University of Georgia. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, well, I would have graduated in that amount of time.
Most would.
Not in college football.
No.
He may go another 4 years. We don't know.
And why not?
I mean, in all 4 years, though, he was never once considered to be the heir apparent to the starting quarterback job.
Which is interesting.
So what are we doing here?
Yeah.
I find this weird. Now, Carson Beck did get hurt last year in the playoffs when Georgia played Texas.
So he played a little.
And they did beat Texas.
Yes.
They did lose to Notre Dame. So we've seen him a little, but I don't know if I'm the Bulldogs. I'm like, really? We have a lot of recruits. What are we doing?
Yeah, a lot of recruits. So he's inexperienced. Yeah, you came in and helped out in some of the games, but for a season as a whole, you're inexperienced. As the leader on the team, you're inexperienced. You lost a ton of your O-line. So not only are you coming in, and trying to dominate and be really great, but you're actually having to learn leadership and how to get this team to gel together. And I think that's a really hard thing to step into. So it's going to be crazy interesting. Georgia also lost 13 defensive players to the NFL draft, which I did not realize. But
I didn't realize that. This is the crazy fact, though. 13 to the NFL draft, yet they are returning 14 starters.
Which is crazy.
That tells you the amount of talent that Georgia has.
Yes, that they have, yes.
So that tells you something. But to your point, yeah, he's going to have 4 new starting linemen in the SEC. So, I mean, that's no small job.
No. I guess you still have Kirby Smart, so there is still some consistency with like the culture and the expectations. And you also have a lot of the other SEC teams that also had some massive turnover as well.
Yeah.
But not all of the SEC teams have, brand spanking new quarterbacks that are starting that we really don't know how they're going to handle it.
It'll be interesting to see. Let's go ahead and get it out of the way. The University of Alabama.
I have
also.
concerns.
You do. Oh, you do. Okay. Well, we have a new quarterback.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. That's not. This is not what I was expecting. Go ahead.
Just get nervous. I get nervous when we have a quarterback that gets drafted, and so we are, restarting a new one. I'm just uneasy. But I think where my nervousness comes in is all of these news outlets are just talking up Alabama. So given they're going to win the majority of their games, it's going to be great. And I am unsure where that's coming from. And to quote Coach Saban, this is rat poison.
Oh, dear. Yes.
What are we doing here?
Well, it's true. And the thing is, I think when you're a school like the University of Alabama, first of all, your recruiting class is always going to be top notch. I don't care if they had 4 losing seasons. You're still going to get 5-star recruits out the wazoo.
Yeah.
So I think just because of that, it's always just like assumed, oh, you're going to be good. Mm-hmm. But you got to remember, you can have a team full of 5-star recruits, but if they don't play well together, it's pretty irrelevant.
We've even talked over the last few years because of NIL, Alabama doesn't have like the top recruits. It's not like everybody's now wanting to go there. They're really starting to get spread out.
Now, you did mention one Nick Saban, who I have changed my tune on, as we know. It's very infamous here on the podcast. I still am in the hardcore camp that Kalen DeBoer was the wrong answer.
I think last year I felt like that's a lot to step into. Let him get his bearings. So this year for me, I think will be the year where I'm like, okay, are you ready for this type of role? Are you not? Now, he is bringing in Ryan Grubb as their offensive coordinator, who was the offensive coordinator for the Seahawks. So
last season?
I think so. I think it was last season he was their OC. Which we struggled with a little bit a lot on our offense last year. So maybe to bring in some fresh blood that maybe DeBoer is more comfortable with.
I don't know. So here's the thing. You struggled on offense last year with Jalen Milroe as your quarterback, who is now the quarterback, or one of the quarterbacks for the Seattle Seahawks, ironically. Dual threat. So
yes,
apparently Ty Simpson is not dual threat, is what I see.
I've not heard that as much about him.
I've heard him referred to, and I quote, a statue.
Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good.
That's
That's
what
good.
you want to hear about your quarterback.
Yeah, that's good. Now you do still have Ryan Williams, who, all intents and purposes, is probably, I would say, probably the top receiver in
Right.
college football.
Right.
So you have someone to throw the ball. Now I don't know. I assume the statue can.
But I just
So
wonder, like, how good are you? Because he doesn't have a lot of experience under pressure. How good are you when your pocket collapses? How good are you when the play goes awry and you got to do something else? If you're a statue, are you just literally throwing it out of bounds every time?
it's possible. It's possible. So we'll get into some predictions on these teams as well, but we're just kind of recapping them right now. But next up we have LSU. Probably, I would say, the strongest transfer class in the SEC. It was like everybody was like, hey, I'm heading down to LSU. And I have questions about this because I can't stand Brian Kelly.
Cannot stand the guy.
I don't think he's a good coach. He sounds like a horrible human being. So I don't know. What are you doing?
What was the Any Given Saturday or whatever that documentary was? So
Yeah.
I did not realize his family is like all into politics. And
Oh,
so I was
yeah.
like, okay, maybe that like describes you a little bit. I don't know. But just the way that he spoke to players and the way that he conducted some of his practices, I was like, first off, there's a difference between being a coach and aggressive with them and just being flat out rude and disrespectful. And I felt like he leaned more into the rude and disrespectful. But it stuck out to me so often where he was trying to talk to players. And it was like he would have to physically turn them or start screaming because none of them respected him enough to listen.
Yeah.
And I was like, you would not see that in any other coach.
No, and I think it's hard for LSU to go. Now, granted, okay, I know that he made some mistakes, but I think it's really hard to go from a coach like Ed Orgeron
Yes.
to Brian Kelly. So
Yeah.
anyway, obviously they have a quarterback named Garrett Nussmeier, whose dad is also a football coach, and he's pretty stellar. We'll talk more about him in a little bit, but they've got him returning. They have a completely brand new offensive line, though. But I would say of the SEC, they have the best group of receivers. And so, but what is the saying? I try to convince my son of this. The saying is defense wins championships.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest question mark at LSU this year is their defense.
That is true. Now, I did see, I think they've got some key returners on their defense,
Yeah.
but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Like, you still lost some of it. You're still having to rebuild some of it.
Yeah. They, to me, they are more of a question mark than apparently all the pundits believe. So we'll see who's right, me or them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I felt like they struggled a lot against really mobile quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They couldn't.
So they should do fantastic against the statue Ty Simpson.
Right, so they might slaughter Alabama.
Well, I mean, I don't want to get carried away, but
But I
next,
think,
go ahead.
I think that this will be a do or die year for Brian Kelly. I do think he might be a little bit.
We're going to talk about hot seats in a minute. He's one of those ones that it should be,
Yeah.
but they've had enough success that it won't be.
Yeah, but I think.
But none of that is credited to him.
No, and I think that they had quite a few boosters that put in a lot more money this year. So that's why I'm wondering if he doesn't produce something massive, if they'll go in and be like.
Well, and I'm not going to jump the gun to talk about hot seats, but I think the other thing you got to always keep in mind is who's going to be available.
That is true.
Because while he may not be the answer, if there's not a better answer out there, it's kind of like, well, what do? We don't rock the boat.
I mean, I think Jimbo Fisher's still available, right? Anybody pick him up?
Shoot.
I guess you can get him.
Listen, I mean, fiery. You get fiery for sure. All right, so let's talk about the University of Texas, and this is a really weird place for me to be in life.
It's hard for us here.
As I mentioned, born and raised Arkansas Razorbacks, back in the Southwestern Conference days, Texas was our biggest rival. My whole family played football at Texas A&M, and yet I find myself, dare I say, rooting for the Longhorns.
I know, and it's so
It's
odd for us.
weird. It's weird.
We don't like it here because we're uncomfortable.
I'm sweating talking about it, but I will
I
say
think
they've got.
it's because we like Sarkeesian so much.
Oh, I do. I
It
like.
just
Well,
makes us kind of root for them a little bit more.
I like him, and we're going to talk about Arch Manning a little bit.
Yes.
But I do love me some Arch Manning. I love the interviews that are coming out with him. He wears number 16 like my son.
Uh-huh.
My son idolizes Arch Manning. So, but I mean, Arch, yes, there is the facade of Arch, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But we haven't really seen it yet, so we don't really know. We're assuming, based on name alone, that we're going to get something productive. But
He did
the
get a
other,
lot of playtime last year, but
well,
he
and
wasn't starter.
now, I did see a lot of people saying, like, oh, he's going to be garbage if he couldn't even take the job from Quinn Ewers. That's not my assessment of the landscape of what happened.
Nope.
Quinn Ewers was already the leader of that team. As a coach, you don't come in and wreck all that when you've got somebody who can still produce.
Yep.
Like, you just don't do that. But the other thing that Texas has is what we were just talking about LSU not having, and that is a defense. They're returning all three of their All-Americans. They were the number 3 scoring defense last season.
Yeah.
They all are back.
Yeah.
Y'all, that's scary.
Listen, they're going to be
That,
going
to me, I'm like, okay. Now, again, oddly enough, whole new offensive line. What is the deal with all of these teams having all new offensive line? Were they all born in the same year? Like, what happened?
right. Listen, I think I saw somewhere where they lost 71% of their offensive line. I was like, hot dang, that's a lot of them to lose. Now, I
So-
also saw where their schedule is like amongst the easiest, and I'm not totally sure how you
So,
figure that
okay,
out.
I
Part
think
of
that
it
is garbage. Okay? It's garbage. You know who's saying that? It's people that don't like the SEC. Because you cannot tell me you're playing an SEC schedule and it's easy. You just can't.
That's why I
Now,
don't
you're out of conference schedule, but I'm sorry, Texas is playing Ohio State this weekend.
right. That
I don't
feels
think
big.
anything I've said easy. Nothing.
And everybody's talking about that game.
Ooh, I would give my right pinky toe to go to that game.
God, would you not?
I'm telling you, if it was in Austin, my sister would be hosting a guest for the weekend.
Oh my gosh, that would be a game to go watch.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd survive. But as football goes, and this is something that we're having some personal struggles in our home with right now. But as football goes, quarterbacks are typically the top players to watch.
Yes.
And the SEC is not lacking in quarterbacks. Historically, it's been a quarterback heavy conference, and we've got some big names this year. We've talked about a few already. Garrett Nussmeier at LSU. Mm-hmm. Last season, he threw 4,000 yards, 29 touchdowns. That's a lot, and you're still talking the SEC.
Yeah. It was the second most in LSU history. And I think the 7th in SEC history.
That's how crazy the quarterback talent is in SEC. Then we have Arch. We don't know what Arch Manning's going to do. Obviously, I would dare say there has never been a college football player with as much hype to live up to as Arch.
Yeah. But you know what? I feel like he handles that pressure so
I
well.
was just going to say, but I think that whole family, like, is so grounded. Again, parasocial. I don't know the Mannings. Love to. Have me over anytime you'd like.
Right.
But I feel like if anybody could prepare him for that moment, it is that family.
Yes.
Um,
And I will say, there's a lot to be said for these big quarterback stars in college that don't buy into all the hype in the media. I think when you had like Carson Beck as starter at Georgia, he's all in the social media. He's all up on it. He didn't have stellar years. I think the class that we have now really seems to be focused on actual football play. You don't hear them having the NIL discussions. You don't hear them, trash talking and stuff. Like they They seem to be much more focused on the game and building the rapport with their team. So it's going to be interesting to watch it this year.
Yeah, I mean, from an NIL perspective, obviously Arch makes a lot of money, as pretty much everyone at Texas does. I mean, our boys always say like they want to go to Texas because everybody drives a Lamborghini,
I mean,
and it's pretty accurate, which is fine, I guess, because that's what college sports is. But again, I won't go in the rabbit hole. But there are some other quarterbacks that are lesser known and less talked about. Lenore Sellers is the quarterback at South Carolina. In 2024, last season, he was freshman of the year. He threw 3,500 yards and rushed for 1,000 yards. Like,
yeah.
again, though, and we'll talk about this with the Heisman. As a quarterback, when you put up those kind of numbers and your team still loses, like, what is that? Like, when it comes to the Heisman, I can't put Lenore Sellers there until South Carolina is winning. When have we ever had a Heisman Trophy winner from a losing team?
I mean, it's the same thing with the MVP with the NFL. You can have,
Right.
Joe Burrow, fantastic. His team kept losing.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. Like, Lenore's had a fantastic 2024 season, but then your team didn't do much. And so, unfortunately, for these players that have stellar years, you just don't get to be put in the conversation quite as much because we're well-rounded.
And the thing is, nowadays, you could go somewhere else. I mean, right, wrong, or indifferent. I don't understand it. My best comparison I read about Lenore Sellers is Cam Newton. I would say Cam Newton in his Auburn days, not Cam Newton in the NFL.
That's good.
Pretty good.
Clarifying.
Yeah, that's real important. I think that's a pretty good comparison. But again, I think with him, it's the rest of the team. They've lost Rocket Sanders, the running back that they stole from Arkansas.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see. The next one up is DJ Lagway from Florida. Now, Florida, we're going to talk about them again in a minute when we talk about hot seats. Listen, like, I remember back in the 90s when we were growing up, Florida was like it, right? I mean,
Yes.
like, even up into the 2000s with Tim Tebow, I mean, even
They had their heyday.
Aaron Hernandez, all these people. They probably have the best of all these teams that have had to overhaul their entire offensive line. I would say Florida probably has the best line because it's veteran at this point.
Yes.
But DJ has had a lot of shoulder issues. So I don't know. I don't know what you'll get from Florida, and that's what I don't like about Florida.
That's true. Now, he did step in. Graham Mertz was injured last year for a good chunk, so he did step in. He did fairly well when he had to step in. He seems to be really good in clutch situations, but again, we haven't seen him under a ton of pressure yet consistently to know how he's going to do. And
Yeah.
so, it's like they don't know how to play football, and in the last few games they figure it out. So maybe this year we try and figure it out at the start.
Well, this is just my prediction. I don't buy the hype with DJ. I don't see it amounting to
That's
much.
fair.
Next up is a sensitive subject. Taylor Green from the University of Arkansas. Now listen, last year he threw for almost 3,200 yards. He had almost 1,000 yards rushing. This dude is enormous. He's like 6'6", 230 pounds. I mean, I've stood next to him multiple times. I mean, he is a mountain of a human.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Bobby Petrino as our offensive coordinator, which may be morally decrepit, but offensive-minded, stellar. I don't know why we can't win football games. I just don't know. But we can't. We can never finish. And Talon is a lot of why we can't finish. He will start off so hot. You'll go 3 quarters thinking, you know what, they're going to bring the Heisman to Fayetteville.
Yeah.
And then you're going to hit the 4th quarter. He's either going to get dinged up or he's just going to implode.
And that's not great.
It's not what you're looking for.
No. Now, I did see one little interesting fact about him, that in a training session, he clocked speeds of 23 miles per hour. That's bonkers for a human.
And when you think about his size, I mean, he's 230 pounds and 6'6". That's a lot of body to move that quick.
That quickly. Yeah, I don't.
He's not, he can't finish the job. And I don't know how you teach that. I have said to Aaron no less than 385 times, I don't know how you teach effort.
I don't think you can.
And it's not that I don't think Talon tries, but it's like he tries for 3 quarters, then he's like,
Yeah. And then he's like, well, that didn't work, so I'll try again next week.
yeah. Or he thinks he can like coast, where I'm like, pedal to the metal until the last whistle.
Yep.
And that's what I've never seen him do. I have no
Has Pittman
expectation.
coaches though? Like maybe that's not something he really.
Well, we're going to talk about him in a minute too. Don't bring up Sam already, Lord. But when we talk about quarterbacks, that always lends to the conversation of the Heisman because, unfortunately, for other positions in football, it is just a quarterback heavy award.
Yes.
It just, and even outside of quarterbacks, it's an offensive player heavy award.
Right.
Who do you have on your Heisman candidate list?
So, Arch Manning's already in the conversation early.
Clearly, without throwing a football.
Garrett Nussmeier's in the conversation. Lenore Sellers, DJ Lagway, but also Drew Allar. I
From
saw
Penn
was in
State.
there. Here's my confusion, and it's probably just because I'm unaware. I don't watch this team. Is Penn State supposed to be good? Everybody's hyping them
No.
up.
Well, I was going to say he's one I read about too, and I was unaware as well. People are like saying they're going to run the table.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Listen, that could just be ignorance on our part. We just don't know.
Listen, if Penn State is running the table, that means Ohio State's losing, and I'm good.
I'm okay with
So,
that. Yeah.
yeah.
I also
Yeah, I saw that too.
saw a little bit Cade Klubnik. He's the quarterback for Clemson, and I do.
You only saw a little bit. Like, you cannot Google Heisman right now and not see
Fair.
his name.
Fair. So
And I mean,
I'm not super familiar with him, so I will be interested to maybe just peek a little bit more into Clemson this year. So,
well, and I think the other thing to keep in mind is, historically, Clemson has been very good. Very, very good. Now, the past, 2-3 years
they've
really
had
fell
a
off.
slump the last few years.
They're allegedly this season back. A lot of what I read was they're calling them a top 2 team.
Okay.
I was stunned.
Listen, wild predictions to make this early.
I mean, the thing about being a sports analyst, it's pretty much like being a meteorologist. Like, you could just throw a dart in the air.
Listen, we're just as
But yeah, I
qualified as
mean,
all of them.
if you go hit Google and type Heisman right now, Cade's name is going to come up. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, sure.
But outside of quarterbacks, the big name that I'm seeing is Jeremiah Smith, the wide receiver from Ohio State, which he had an incredible freshman year last year. What was it, over 1,300 yards, 15 touchdowns?
Yeah.
So
Gotta have a new quarterback.
it comes down to it, who actually gets put into this. Will it be all quarterbacks, or will we start seeing some other positions?
Well, with Jeremiah Smith, he's going to have a new quarterback because
Yes.
Will, what's Will's last name? Just left me. Nope.
Nope.
Anyway,
Howard.
he went to Pittsburgh Steelers. So it'll be interesting to see that dynamic. Another name I read about was Jeremiah Love, the running back from Notre Dame. Now he had
Okay.
like 2 touchdowns, and they have like an incredible offensive line. So again, with the Heisman though, depends on how your team does.
Yes.
And it's like with Cade, with Clemson. If Clemson has the season they've had the past few years, I don't see him making it in there because they're losing. Now, if they have the traditional old Clemson kind of season, I see him getting in there.
Yep.
Same would be true of Drew Aller, though. I am unaware of Penn State's prowess, so I mean maybe it's true.
I think 2 of your 3 are going to be Arch Manning and Garrett Nussmeier, but I don't know who's going to take that 3rd spot.
Well, and I am a little shocked that you didn't mention Ryan Williams.
That's
Is
a
it
good
because
point.
you don't know if Ty Simpson can throw the ball yet?
Yes. I don't.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't know how much Ryan's going to get this year. If Ty's not comfortable with him, if Ty's more comfortable with like a run game instead, I don't know.
Okay.
So,
Well, all of football comes down to coaching. Let's be honest.
100%.
And I personally have 5 names on my hot seat in the SEC alone.
Oh, I have 5 too.
Oh my gosh, what if we have the exact same
Would
list?
that not be so funny?
Okay, I don't have mine in any order, so you give me one, we'll go back and forth.
Okay, Billy Napier,
Yep.
Hugh Freeze.
Yep. 2 consecutive losing seasons at Auburn. If you have a third, my friend, you are unemployed.
Right. Listen, they're not keeping you much longer after that.
But I have seen all the hype. Everyone's like, "Oh, Auburn's back." We'll see.
Yeah. Brent Venables.
Yeah, I'm thinking with him, he's on my list too. He's gonna need like some significant amount of wins.
So they had a 6-7 finish last year, and that was the program's first losing season in a century.
And listen, those boosters, they are not good with that. Because your boosters over there, you're talking like Barry Switzer, like they expect winning. So he's going to need like 8, 9 wins.
Yes. You need an incredible season. And listen, it was a rocky transition for them into the SEC, but still,
Right.
you're the ones that thought you could come be with the big dogs, so
Yeah,
you got to
prove
keep
it.
up. Yep.
Yep.
Sam Pittman.
So I've got Sam too, but I actually think when we say hot seat, that means like you're likely to get fired. I actually think what will happen with Sam, he's just a good old boy and nice guy.
I think they don't want to have to. Do you know
I
what
see him retiring.
Yes. Like,
That's what
let's
I
give
think.
you the option to, like, do this gracefully.
Yeah, like saying we're done.
Which is fair. I think he's earned that respect.
Yeah.
And I would appreciate it if they did that for him, but
Yeah.
yeah. And then the last one I had was Jeff Levy.
Oh, okay. Now that's where we differ.
Okay.
Why Levy? Don't you feel like that's kind of quick?
He had a disastrous 2-10 season last year.
I mean, it wasn't good. I'm not lying, but
You're going to have to show some immediate results. Mississippi State does not want to be the ugly stepchild of the SEC.
not when you got Oxford just down the street with
No.
all this. And
I
they're
don't
like
think he gets as much of a grace period as maybe some other teams might give.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
I went with Mark Stoops, and I think that he flies under the radar because everyone realizes that Kentucky's a basketball school. But did you know that last season they went 4-8, and it ruined an 8-year bowl streak?
Can I just
That
be
is-
honest with you and tell you that I always forget that they're SEC? Like, when it comes to football, my mind is just not them.
That's not wrong. I mean, I forget that they play football. I mean, I know they're in the SEC, but yeah, I don't know. I just feel like he's another one I kind of think got a job based on his last name, and it hasn't really proven out. So
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
even there are times when you're out traveling, because again, Mandy sees all famous people when she's traveling, and you'll text me something about, is this Stoops? And I always have to Google who he's the coach for. Every time.
yeah. There he was in St. Lucia in the airport, sweating his life away with us.
Just a commoner.
But yes, just a commoner. This weekend, week 1, we've got some really, really good games this
I'm
weekend.
so excited.
We've got Texas at Ohio State.
And that's the game to watch the whole weekend.
Do
That's the
we?
game to
Are we
watch.
going to go ahead with some predictions?
I mean, why not?
Okay,
This one's
what
a
do you have?
way of where we're going. Texas. I'm never rooting for Ohio State.
Okay, listen, I'm not rooting. That's. I didn't ask you that question.
I don't think Ohio State's going to come in as full force this year as we saw last year, maybe.
So we have a new quarterback, but you know how I feel about home field advantage.
Yes, that is your number one.
So I do bring it up a lot. So, but I'm going to go ahead and go with Texas here. Hook 'em horns. I don't know what we're doing. Okay, then we have LSU at Clemson. So I think this, for me, is a big one to watch because is Clemson for real?
I mean, here's the thing. I think that if Clemson comes in and wins this thing, it's going to give them the boost they need for the season. If LSU comes in and loses it, I think it completely jacks their mentality for the season.
Yeah, I think there's a lot riding on this game. I truly think there's more riding on this game than Texas Ohio State.
Yeah.
Because now Ohio State just assumes they're going to win everything.
Yeah.
It's a thing. It's a vibe. You know, like the Ohio State, like you think you own a word. It's weird. So like for them, if they win, well, of course. And then if they lose, it's like, oh, we have a new quarterback. There's always an excuse.
Yeah.
But with this LSU thing, like, this is where Garrett Nussmeier has to show if he has enough to get them across the finish line because he didn't last year.
And I think Clemson is really pushing this year to prove that they are a contender for playoffs.
It's yeah. I have a spicy take later about that, but yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then I also have Alabama at Florida State.
Yeah.
I'm, you're not ready for what I'm about to tell you.
Well, I'm probably not going to disagree.
I'm gonna have to go with home field advantage here because Alabama, I don't know what's gonna show up. I've got no idea.
I know, and that makes me very nervous.
Next one up, we've got Notre Dame at Miami. So this used to be when we were kids. This used to be like a
Big
massive
deal.
rivalry, and so it's back now. I think this is the first season it's back. Notre Dame is going to be without Riley Leonard. He's gone on to the NFL.
Yeah.
Miami has Carson Beck. God, I want Notre Dame to win,
I do too.
and I think they will.
I do too. I'm
If
not
if
sold
they
on
go down there
Carson.
and lose to Carson Beck, I'm going to be so mad.
Right.
Look,
I get Notre Dame's got a new guy at quarterback, but listen, I'm not going against Marcus Freeman.
no.
I think he's fantastic.
Attractive. He's an attractive young man. And also Monday, we get the debut of Bill Belichick coaching the UNC Tar Heels against TCU.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
Do you think
TCU
Jordan's on the sideline?
or in the box in the headset, one of the two.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, a headset. I didn't even think of that. Not at all.
She will have some pivotal role in this entire
Here's
debacle.
what I'm going to, and I realize this doesn't really have anything to do with football, but I'm going to really enjoy to see that dynamic during football season because they've not been dating during a season. And
Then
I
he's been
don't
coaching.
feel like he's, right. I don't feel like he's a fun hang in the season. Like, he's not going to want to go to the, shore on the weekends or during the week to relax.
Now, I don't know if this is a spicy take, but I don't see Bill Belichick as a fun hang at any time.
Listen, if he's got his wallet with him, I could have some fun.
I'm good then.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, it just depends on where we're going.
But he's going to have that cutoff sweatshirt on. It's just going to be a lot.
Or he's going to have those, like, grandpa jeans, the straight cut, and
Yeah,
the
the
tennis shoes. I can't do it.
Yeah, it's a lot. She's apparently something. Okay, let's make a prediction here. SEC championship game. Who's it going to be?
I'm saying winner, Texas Longhorns.
Over.
Notre Dame.
In the SEC championship?
No.
No.
Mm-mm. I'm thinking that other one.
Yeah.
Let's go LSU.
Okay. I went Georgia because of their defense.
Okay.
But I picked Texas to win, but against Georgia.
Yeah. I just really think Georgia's going to all be in prison. So it's going to, longest yard style it.
I'm assuming since you just said it already, you're picking national championship Texas over Notre Dame.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, since we went there anyway.
My
Yeah,
bad.
that's a pretty good assumption.
Like, I realize Texas is coming in with a lot of hype, and Arch really hasn't proven himself this year. However, he has had quite a bit of game time. He has been around his entire life's big deal games and things like that, and I just feel like he's got a much more solid head on his shoulders and can handle pressure a lot better than some of these other ones. And I think the team was already being led by him last year in a sense of like in the locker room and everything. So I think he's got a lot of benefits coming in this year.
Yeah. For my national championship, I went Texas Clemson.
Okay.
With Texas winning.
Wouldn't that be interesting to see Clemson just have a heck of a year and get it in there?
Now, I will know after this weekend if I am right or wrong.
Okay.
I got to see them against LSU. They could still lose, and I could still say I think they'll make
You
it.
still have a good game and lose.
But I got to see. So I'll let you know next week's episode how I feel about that.
Okay. Okay.
Do you have any other notes on college before we switch to the NFL?
I don't. And I'm surprised I didn't put Mizzou in here, but they did play last night.
Well, their
With
quarterbacks.
Central Arkansas, but
Hey, listen. Their quarterback's leg is dysfunctional.
it's not great.
And poor kid, he stayed behind for a 5th year for that. I do think that Mizzou's going to have what I read is their first double-digit win season.
Well, that's interesting. I don't know if that's accurate, but
Well, I don't either.
that feels wild if it is.
I don't know. Ask ChatGPT. It's what the internet says. I don't know. It's always right. We'll see. Okay, NFL. So you guys have ridden with us through the Super Bowl loss. We're not still over it, but we're just going to keep it moving. We had the lull before the draft. We went through the draft together. Then we had the lull until training camp. We made it through training camp.
Yep.
We've made it through preseason. But there are some people who did not make it through preseason.
Yeah.
And there are also some people who made it through preseason with one team and now they play for another team.
True.
As of last night, one of the biggest trades in NFL history, Michael Parsons got traded from the Dallas Cowboys to the Green Bay Packers.
I'm gonna tell you, I thought
Can you say it without laughing? Like, what are we doing?
I thought Jerry was doing what Jerry does, and every year he does this with a player where he's got to get drama so that everybody pays attention to him because he's needy. And I thought, well, this year it's just poor Micah's turn, and so he's taking it. I did not think that Jerry would actually trade him.
And then literally get on national TV and say you think you are a better contender to win now without him.
Because not only did you lose one of the best defensive players, but you've now completely lost your locker room.
I don't even know, like, my gosh.
Doing who? And I wonder, like, did he even have a? Here's the thing: you had a choice. You could have kept him. Now he would have said his back was sore the whole year and probably not played much.
Yeah.
But he did still have a year under contract. But I'm shocked.
Yeah. So we have a lot of friends that are Cowboys fans, and we were actually at football training with the boys last night with one of our friends who's a huge Cowboys fan, and they were like, F the Cowboys. Like, everyone's done.
Listen.
They're just done. And I can't.
And the sad thing is everybody still loves the team. There's still players that you love. It's the Jones family. No one can say
they are just horrendous. So that's a huge one. So a surprising cut here in Kansas City. Brett Veach cut Mike Pennell. Didn't even add him to the practice squad.
No.
Which I don't know if there was a conversation that took place and they were like, do you want to at least go on the practice squad? And he's like, I'm a freaking veteran.
Right.
I don't know if that happened. But they brought back Derek Nottie, who they had just traded to the Jets, brought him back to replace Pennell. I cannot in any way understand this.
Well, and I think Veach came out and he was like, our focus is just to get some young talent in here. That's never been your focus on every position. Like, if you've had good, solid players that are still producing, you've kept them.
Yeah, and you've paid them royally. Like, I don't know. Chris Jones posted a picture last night with Mike Pennell and Brett Reed, Andy Reid's son. So I don't know.
God.
I feel like this decision really shook the locker room.
Yeah.
So really,
I think it was just such a shock too. Just nobody.
I still don't understand. I mean, and no offense to Derek Nottie. I mean, it's Mike Pennell. Like, what are we doing?
Right.
I don't know. Kenny Pickett. This one surprised me. The Browns traded Kenny Pickett to the Raiders. Now listen, I don't know what is happening in Cleveland, but to trade Kenny Pickett to the Raiders, you're then saying that, like, hey, when Joe Flacco, who's like 700 years old, gets hurt, we're good with Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I mean, do they think Deshaun Watson, is he supposed to be coming back this season?
I don't know. I saw him, like, training the other day. He looked fine.
Listen, the funny thing is that he's not even, when everybody does the lineup, like, he's not even in a conversation of, like,
well, because he's still in the IR. So maybe the Browns
for like 5 years.
Maybe the Browns know something we don't know. I doubt it because it doesn't seem like it. But another one that really surprised me was the Patriots trading Joe Milton to the Cowboys. Because last year when he came in place of Drake, he was really good.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
think the Cowboys is where your career goes to die.
I mean, valid.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would be interested. Here's my thing. The Cowboys will put money on big name players because that's what brings in your marketing and your money.
yeah.
But then they spend like no money on actually good coaches. And the good coaches that you do have, you treat like crap, like Kellen Moore, and then they peace out.
Yeah.
So I would be interested to see in actual practice, how much control do you guys actually have? Is it the players
It's
leading
probably
the
a
practice?
clown show.
Like, what are we doing?
I wish we could get a behind the scenes. Oh,
Wouldn't
man.
that be so fun? We got to get some kind of like media credentials that just get us into the building. Right?
Yeah. Without getting arrested, yeah.
Yeah, legally.
Yeah, legally. Another one that surprised me was Carson Wentz going to the Vikings. Not that the Vikings picked him up, it's that we didn't keep him in Kansas City.
Listen, and we thought Gardner Minshew was better.
We have 2 quarterbacks on our roster.
That's wild too.
What are we
Minshew,
doing?
like cheaper? Are we worried about our finances? I feel like
I don't know. This isn't one of those ones. I know in Brett we trust, but this is one I don't get. I think it's a great pickup for the Vikings.
100%.
I have a lot of hope for J.J. McCarthy, but we don't know.
Yeah, you need a solid one behind him for sure.
Man, he was the most solid in the entire NFL. What are we doing?
I have no idea. That was definitely the veteran power you needed in your QB room for a backup.
And they had such good camaraderie. It seemed like I don't know. I don't see Gardner fitting in around here. Ugh.
And the sad thing is I want him to because he just looks the part of a quarterback that you want to be really good with the hair and the mustache. Like I want him to be like a classic, fantastic football player, and it just
This is not there.
not
No.
it. It's not it.
My last one that was the surprising one to me was the Lions cutting Dan Skipper. Dan played for the Razorbacks. He played his heart out in Detroit. I do not understand this at all.
How many seasons has he been in the NFL? Do we know? Like he's been there a minute.
Between 6 and 8, I would say.
Okay.
I mean, he's getting a little older, but he's a lineman. I mean, Lord, they all get old. I just don't understand this. I don't know what the Lions are doing. That one surprised me though. What? Who else did you have surprising?
The only other one I had was Dalton Reisner. He was a guard he used to play for the Broncos, then he went to the Vikings for the last 2 years, and they let him go into free agency, so he got picked up by the Bengals. I think that's a great pickup for the Bengals.
Well, that's what we need. Not.
Listen, they just need some help this year.
Which player not getting cut surprised you the most? I wonder if we're going to say.
Dallas.
Oh, I was going to say, I wonder if we're going to have the same answer. Yeah, that's a good one. But, well, what were they going to do? Anthony Richardson?
You should cut both of them. I don't know how either of them.
Well, then what are you going to do? Riley Leonard?
I don't know. Go to the Browns. They got a couple to spare.
I'm shocked you didn't say my answer. Jawan Taylor. What are we doing?
Well, because
Mr.
I think that Veach keeps veterans, so I just was assuming.
Mr. Offsides himself.
I'm going to tell you what, if he gets more than 2 flags in the first 2 games, and they don't.
Oh, that's an easy. I thought you were going to say the first quarter.
I know, but like they drill it into him every year.
No.
Sit your butt on the line until the play actually
So
starts.
he steps back every time because
Every
he's
time.
slow. He's slow. I don't understand. The only other thing I put here on surprising is just, and I just put this as in my notes as the Saints quarterback situation.
I'm going to tell you, I don't know that they know how to get a quarterback.
Kellen Moore, brilliant offensive mind, young guy, definitely a quarterback coach, like great, you can mold some talent, but like Spencer Rattler, Tyler Shaw, and who's our third one? He's just as bad.
Well, didn't they just cut their third, or am I thinking of a different team?
Oh, they may have. Those are the only 2 I can remember. But they've named Spencer the
The starter?
starter. Which I had a lot of hope for Spencer, but what I saw last year was pretty deplorable.
I'm going to tell you, he's not it.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Who's there?
There's a third one that's also not worth the price of tea in
Helen.
China.
Oh, no.
Well, that's the coach. Yeah, we can't get rid of him yet.
It was Jake Hayner, right? But I'm pretty sure
Oh,
they cut
yeah.
him.
I've been shocked that they haven't brought Jameis Winston back from the Giants. especially because I think Jameis is now third string with the Giants behind Jackson Dart. I've been shocked that they didn't bring him back.
Okay, so they did cut Jake Hayner, but they brought him back to their practice squad. And I'm going to tell you, here's the thing. I'd have cut him just because I can't handle his pro pictures.
Yeah.
Where he looks like it's Zoolander modeling, I can't do it.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to deal with.
Okay, who are your early predictions for Super Bowl contenders?
Okay. I'm saying the Chiefs because we never go against the Chiefs.
Never.
I'm going to go Packers this year.
Okay, so I'm saying some contenders: Bills, Ravens, Chiefs, Eagles, and then my two kind of wild cards: Bucks and Packers.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm listen, I did not see being a Baker Mayfield fan on my bingo card, but it's there.
Which I've got some beef with Judd Asbury about picking him up in fantasy.
Okay, so sorry.
Clearly.
Packers though, yeah, Jordan Love is kind of my dark horse candidate for an MVP. We'll get to that in a minute, but if he can stay healthy, obviously their defense got a real boost last night.
And I do wonder if that's going to bring some momentum to them of being like, look what we picked up.
Yeah, and they got Matthew Golden, a new receiver from Texas, who I think is real good. So they got Aaron Jones at running back. I don't know.
There's some potential
I
this year for them.
We've had a lot of coaching changes in the NFL. Would you like to talk about them?
Yes, we do. We have a lot of head coaches. I mean, usually you see your OC, your DC,
Yeah.
like you're going to see some of that flip. But head coaches, I feel like this seems like a lot for this year. But we've got New England Patriots. Mike Vrabel is coming back to the team, but now as head coach, which I think is completely going to flip this organization back around to maybe not quite its Tom Brady days, but I think we're on a better trajectory of there.
Yep.
You've got Ben Johnson, Chicago Bears. Listen, he did fantastic. He was at Detroit.
Yep.
Real great. I just think, again.
She also had Jared Goff compared to
Yes.
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams. So.
And you got to remember in Detroit, you not only had Jared Goff, but he had Jameson Williams at receiver. He had Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery. He had some serious weapons on offense. We don't have a lot of that in Chicago.
No.
We'll see.
Then you've got Kellen Moore, New Orleans Saints. Again, he's a
Not
great
a lot to work with.
offensive mind, but you're right. We don't have a lot going on over there. And it doesn't seem like they're trying to pick up a lot.
No, I don't think they care.
Part of me wonders, did they put so much money on some other players that they're still having to pay out to, that they're like, we're going to have to do a couple of years where we just don't do well because we got to get our finances in order, and then maybe in the next few years they pick it up?
I'm in the conspiracy camp that they're tanking to draft Arch Manning.
Okay, now listen, I'd rather Arch go there than go to Dallas.
Or to the Browns.
Or to the Browns.
I would.
Panthers.
He needs to pull. Do you remember when Eli got drafted? He was like, "No, I'm not going out to the Chargers." He needs to pull that if that happens with Cleveland.
Yep, 100%. Dallas Cowboys, we got Brian Schottenheimer, which he's not new to their team, but he is new as the head coach. Listen, I don't think he was great in his previous position, but
I don't think it
I do
matters.
think that he will let Jerry Jones do whatever Jerry Jones wants and not cause a fuss, so that is why he's head coach.
Yep.
Las Vegas Raiders have Pete Carroll.
Ugh.
I love Pete Carroll.
Love him. Makes me real nervous as a Chiefs fan.
Yeah, so we'll see how they do. Jacksonville Jaguars have Liam Cohen.
Not a great
I'm not
one.
impressed.
I don't think they care.
I don't either. Listen,
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence doesn't even care, so.
No, he's like, whatever, it's cool.
Listen,
That
I
guy,
don't
from
care
the
a lot.
moment he did his press conference and he did the Duval thing real weird, he's just, I've had the ick, and I hate
I
that word.
literally cannot look at him and not think of that. And then I just think you're an idiot.
Yep.
It's a rough go, and it's rough that that's how he was introduced.
Yeah.
And then with the New York Jets, we've got Aaron Glenn. I'm kind of excited to see how well they do this year.
So he was the defensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions. They have Sauce Gardner on defense.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're kind of I don't know, because you got Justin Fields. Like, is he going to be legit? Garrett Wilson, will he stay healthy? Like, I don't know.
With the Jets, you got rid of some of the coaching staff. You got rid of some of the players. You got rid of your parasite
Rodgers.
and Aaron Rodgers. And so I think Aaron Glenn coming in from another team, like, it's just a fresh perspective of, guys, let's just start over. Like, we've had some crappy years the last few years.
Right.
Let's get this ball rolling again. And I think he might have been the perfect person to come in there and be able to do that for him. What up?
Just getting a little lunch brought in. Yeah, I agree. I think that he could, but
No, I don't think they're going to the playoffs. But
I still think we're talking. It's going to be 2 to 3 years before we see some real product here.
Yeah, I agree
see.
with that.
Okay, who are you thinking for MVPs?
I'm really leaning towards Joe Burrow this year, and I think that's dependent.
What is the deal with your Cincinnati love today?
And I don't know, because I don't really think that I like Joe Burrow either.
No, ick again. I hate the word.
It's a weird place to be in. He had great production last season, but unfortunately, like we were saying with Heisman, the rest of your team didn't do well. His defense sucked because they scored massive points in games and still lost the games.
I mean, he's great. If they're successful, it means we may struggle, and I can't get with whether.
So we'll see how well they do. I would love for Patrick Mahomes to take it again. But
I would love it for Patrick. Lamar Jackson seems to always win it, but then he never complete the job. My dark horse is Jordan Love. I think Jaden Daniels could have a really good chance as long as he doesn't have a sophomore year slump.
Yep, I thought about that too.
But
yeah.
All right, so let's make some bold predictions. Your notes told me to give 1 to 2 bold, spicy takes for the season, NFL and/or SEC. So I want to hear yours first.
Okay, my first one is that Georgia is going to fall miserably and have the worst year in history of their institution.
Okay, that is spicy.
I know. Listen, I just feel it coming for them. I feel like Kirby Smart needs like a reality check.
Okay. My first one, I actually ended up with 4, by the way.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
Number 1, and I don't know if this is spicy. You may find it spicy because you live in Texas. I think Baylor is back.
You might not be wrong.
I think they're going to go 5-0 in conference play.
Okay. That's a spicy one. That's a big one to claim.
All right, number 2 for you.
Then the other one I had is that I think the Patriots are going to have a stellar standout year, potentially even playoff.
So one of mine, I have Drake May as a top 5 quarterback this year.
Ooh, okay. I would love to see that for him.
Yeah. My other 2, I had that Ohio State might beat Texas, but then they're going to start the season 4-4. Like, I'm telling you, I think they could have a real down year. And then my last one, I don't know if this is spicy. I think for some people it will be. Brock Purdy, not even in the top 12 quarterbacks.
Oh, I think that that's realistic.
Yeah, but I think people think that's spicy, and I don't know what's wrong with y'all.
Listen, I think that's because they're pinning all their hopes and dreams on him if they're a 49ers fan. Because what else do you have?
Good luck.
You can't put it all on George Kittle. He's tired.
Yeah, he's busy growing his hair out. I don't know. It's just a lot. All right, I'm going to give this next section to you because I don't know what's happening. I'm nervous.
So we're going to do fraud watch. This is rapid fire, and you're going to tell me if they're a fraud or not. Player. Okay?
Player?
Yes. Fraud, like if they're overhyped.
Okay.
First one, Jamar Chase.
Not a fraud.
Okay. Micah Parsons.
I don't think we know. I'm going to go not a fraud because I want Jerry Jones to be wrong.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Saquon Barkley.
Not a fraud.
Justin Jefferson.
Not a fraud.
Sam Laporta.
Fraud.
Oh, that's tough. Travis
Picked him last year because Travis Kelce said he was going to have the best year ever, and he sucked. So thanks. Who was the next one?
Travis Kelce.
Becca. No, that's not a fraud.
TJ Watt.
I don't know if I would go as far as saying fraud, but I think JJ did more with less and in less time than TJ did, or has.
I would agree with that. Josh Allen.
This could be spicy. I think he's a fraud.
Okay, I kind of agree with you this year, and I love Josh Allen.
if I love Josh Allen, and I've drafted him too, but if you are that good, your team should do better.
Okay,
And you can't win the big game.
that's fair. Okay.
And that's
Jalen Hurts.
fraud.
Do you think they're going to crumble this year?
I don't know that they're going to crumble because, I mean, I did just say I think they're a Super Bowl contender. I do think they made some missteps in the offseason on defense. Now, the C.J. Gardner-Johnson thing, that was the right move. But I think if you put Jalen Hurts on a team with a mediocre offensive line, he does absolutely nothing.
Oh.
I'll be honest, I think it's the same with Saquon Barkley because Saquon was in New York and couldn't do anything. Now, he did get hurt, but that line was terrible. I think that offensive line in Philadelphia is the only thing that Jalen Hurts has going for him.
I think you're right. Yeah. Joe
Because
Flacco.
that,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
well, I was just going to say, think back to when he was at Alabama and had to leave and go to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yep.
Who was the next one?
Joe Flacco.
I mean, not a fraud, but totally irrelevant now. Like, what are we doing? Call it a day, my friend.
Okay, see? Listen, but for him, you just keep picking up a paycheck every year.
I mean, he
Why
ain't
not?
wrong. Like, yeah, I mean, Cleveland, though. I don't know if I'd want to get that.
So these players will be interesting to watch this year. I always like to watch the ones that had like stellar standout years and then see how do you do the next year.
Well, I kind of like this. Let me ask you a few.
Oh, okay.
Okay. See, she didn't like to be surprised, but
I don't. That's not in my notes.
Jaden Daniels.
I don't think he's a fraud. I think he's
Yeah.
good this year.
Oh, it just left me. There was somebody, C.J. Stroud.
Fraud.
I kind of think so too. Remember last year I was like all in.
Yep.
Last night we'll talk about fantasy football here next, but we were in a different draft last night and Aaron said to me, it was probably 6th, 7th round. He said, how is CJ Stroud still available? And I was like, nah, I
Yeah.
don't see it.
Yep.
Baker Mayfield.
Ooh, not a fraud.
Okay. That's interesting. I could tell by your reaction when you asked me about Jamar Chase that you potentially think he's a fraud.
I think this year, we're going to see a down year for him.
Okay.
I just, eventually his attitude and his need to always be the target, I think
Yeah.
he's going to catch up to him this year.
He's also never played with any other quarterback than Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
College or professional.
Which is
So
crazy.
is it Joe or is it you?
Yeah.
I don't know. Last one I'll ask you because this one also came up really late round pick, actually in our draft and in the one we did last night. Pacheco.
I think that one's tough. I don't think he's a fraud. I think he's going to be better this season than last season, but it's a tough one because he had a standout season and then he got injured, and now it's like, I feel like he can come back, but mentally he's got to get locked back in.
Yeah, and not be scared.
Yeah. Which I think, listen, that run he had at their last preseason game where he just slammed into that wall, and I thought, you know what? Let him get it out of his system.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, let's talk fantasy football. We get a lot of questions, especially from the females that are trying to get into fantasy football. We did our family draft. I got to pull up my app so I know who I have. How did you feel overall about your team?
Not good. Not good.
She never does, first of all. How did you do last season? Please remind the audience.
I can't remember, but I feel like it wasn't good.
I think it was like bottom 3-ish, but I don't remember.
I was like last, but I was close enough to give him a high five.
Yeah. Let's see. Hang on. Let me click.
Let me just tell you guys this.
Okay.
I don't know how the draft happens, like what controls you have on your side. Mandy and I are not like patient people, so we don't want to sit there and wait for 4 minutes for somebody to pick a person.
Ugh. I already know what you're going to complain about.
This year, I came in the most prepared I have ever come into a draft night. I had my list of players under each
Uh-huh.
category. I had, okay, I'm going to go for this one first. If he's taken, then I need to jump to this person. I was
Right.
ready to go. And then I realized I have 30 seconds.
Okay, so this was a misstep on my part. So now we made some changes this year. Last year we had 300 teams, and so this year we limited the teams to 12. I think we had 16 last year,
Yes, there were 16 of us.
and it made trades impossible. The draft was
The
impossible. It's just
draft
a
was
whole
like
thing.
17 hours long, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so I reduced the amount of teams. And then also I was like, oh, I'll just shorten the clock because nothing is worse to me than just sitting there. Like if you're not going to be there on time, just set it to auto draft
Auto.
because
Yeah.
then it's going to just get the best player and you're fine. So I was like, oh, I was just going to make it 30 seconds. I'll admit it was happening very, very fast.
Yeah.
I felt overwhelmed, but I went to try to change it mid draft and I couldn't because we were already live. But I will say it was too fast.
It was a little fast. I
Yeah.
didn't realize it was 30 seconds until it was my pick. And I think somebody had taken my guy, and then I went to my queue and I couldn't find the next person, and I clicked on somebody.
Oh,
And I was
panic.
like, this is not good. This is not going well.
Yeah.
And then as
Yeah,
we went into the draft, if you weren't taking one of the guys I wanted, Judd was taking somebody I wanted, and then I shut down.
I had a couple that actually it's funny that Baker was one you wanted. I was going to go for Baker too. We also got very bad positions in our draft
We really
order.
did. I
Weren't
had
we
text,
11 and 12 or something?
we were 10 and 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
I had
bad.
text Mandy and I was like, we should rig this next year.
Yeah. So I do set it to randomize, so we find out an hour before. I don't know. It was not great, but we had that thing that would happen. So like the first round, we're at the end, so we didn't get like the top guys, but then we got to go immediately again. So
Yes.
I don't know. It's kind of weird, but especially at 30 seconds, it was fast. But
Yeah. What did
let's.
ESPN give your draft? What was your grade?
Okay, so I never got the email, and I can't find it online.
I mean, it's for the best. It's not usually helpful, but I got an F this year.
Really? Because I don't think your team is that bad.
Yeah, I got an F.
So I'm going to review Becca's team for you.
I'm gonna tell you, I picked some people I had never heard of before, but I was like, you're at the top
You
of
have
the
some
list.
really good ones. Now she kept her same name. She's going to be the tortured coaches department.
Yes.
She got Pat Mahomes. Okay. She got Travion Henderson. I apologize. The running back from the Patriots, who a lot of hype around him.
Yes.
You got Brian Robinson Jr., who I'm very confused about him. I should have mentioned him in the trade thing. I don't know why Washington traded him to the 49ers.
Listen, he got me a lot of points last year.
I don't understand that one at all. Now, listen, yes, he's Christian McCaffrey's backup. But yes, he's Christian McCaffrey's backup. So that's probably a good time to be. You got Terry McLaurin, who did finally sign his deal with the
I
Commanders.
didn't want to pick him. He was my, like, I accidentally hit him.
You didn't want to because you don't like him or because what?
I get real nervous when they trade and they get a really good contract that they're gonna just blow
Wow,
it.
okay,
That makes
gotcha.
me nervous.
You went with Worthy, who obviously we love Worthy, but I don't know, but we are going to be missing Rasheed officially for 6 games, so we're going to need Worthy
I
to
went
step
on
up.
vibes on Worthy. I feel like he and Patrick are gonna vibe a lot more this year.
Okay. You got Nyoku. I don't know if that's how you say it. The
I love
tight
him
end.
so much.
Yeah, I think he's great. So your next one though, Emeka Egbuka or whatever his name is, they're saying he's going to be like phenomenal for the Bucks.
Okay, he was a random choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you got the Bills defense. That to me was your worst pick. Who's on the Bills defense?
I don't know.
Yeah,
No.
got nothing. Then you went with Brandon Aubrey as your kicker, which I think is fine because
Yeah.
they kick a lot in Dallas. What really upset me with you though is that you got Cameron Dicker the kicker, who is the kicker I always pick, and he's on your bench.
He's
What are
on-
you doing? I was so mad when you did that. I was like, leave him alone.
I went with Brandon Aubrey as my starter kicker because I don't think that Dak's going to throw for a lot of touchdowns, but I do think he could get us close to a kick. So I feel like Aubrey's going to get a lot of that. Now, I do have the Chiefs defense on my bench, and I probably will flip that and send
Yeah,
it out.
I mean, The weird thing to me is I saw they're not projecting the Chiefs defense to be that great, which is weird to me
I know.
and scares me a little bit.
Yeah.
You also have two quarterbacks on your bench, which I was like, that's a lot. You got Cam Ward and Justin Fields, so you have three quarterbacks.
I do. I'm probably gonna like do some trading and stuff, but I here was the thing that I needed some more wide receivers and running backs, but all the good ones, like you predicted, went first. They were all getting
Yeah.
taken. And so I was like, well, maybe if I can get semi decent quarterbacks, then when I need to trade, I've got some leverage here. We'll see.
Yeah. Actually, that happened with Aaron in another draft too, so that makes sense. You got Jake Ferguson, the tight end from the Cowboys. I don't think that's a bad pick. And then you got Trey Benson, who is a running back for the Cardinals. Now he's a backup to James Conner, but James Conner gets hurt a lot, and he's older now. So, and then you got Rashad Bateman. I honestly am shocked they gave that an F.
Well, last year I got a B grade, and we
That
did
did
not
nothing.
last
So
year. So
I'll run through mine real quick. I got Josh Allen. I always go tips and tricks here, folks. I always go with a dual threat quarterback.
yes,
So always, always, always. I got Pacheco. I'm gonna believe, and then I got Kyron
I'm pretty
Williams.
sure I cursed your name when you picked up Pacheco.
Well, you took my kicker too, so you're fine.
That's okay. That's fair now.
I got Kyron Williams, the running back for the Rams. Okay, this was a pick I did not mean to get, and that is Malik Neighbors. And I know you might be thinking, but he's good. Uh huh. But like, what do we? I don't know.
I
I
started his name a couple of rounds, and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think he was one actually that the 30 seconds bit me. I think that like it just like I honestly think he was an auto draft pick for me
Oh,
because I didn't do it quick enough, and so I think that's what happened. Because
yeah.
again, not that I don't think he's talented, I just would not have picked him. That went with Devonta Smith. I figured you were mad about that too, probably.
A little bit, a little
Yeah.
bit.
Apparently, I just nostalgia. I went with Travis Kelce.
I saw you pick him, and I was like, I can't hate you for it.
I just nostalgia, and I just think. I mean, I do think this is it. I think this is the last season, and I just think he's gonna go out with a bang. Like,
I mean, listen, he seems to be not just physically in a better spot, mentally he seems to be in a better spot going into this year, which is crazy to say because last year I feel like he was in a good mental spot going into the year.
please hold in a moment, though.
Okay.
Oh God, my knee. I'll tell that story in a minute because it's about football too. Hold on one second. Okay, and then I have, sorry for the interruption. Oh, David Montgomery. So the Detroit Lions have two running backs. They call them Sonic and I don't remember. But anyway, it's Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. And last year, Montgomery got hurt.
Yes, I really
But
like
the-
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah, I did too. But I'm really feeling like Montgomery's going to come back, and I don't think Jared Goff's going to have a great season. So I think they're going to have to run a lot. So I'm giving him some confidence.
I saw some analysts saying Jared Goff should be on the hot seat this year, and I was like, I don't know if I would go to that extreme, but
Depends on how they do, I think.
I think he's gonna have a struggle.
Defense, I got the Ravens, which is allegedly the number one defense in the NFL.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about that statement, but I got them.
Yeah.
And then because my kicker was stolen, I got Matt Gay from the Redskins. My bench, I went ahead and picked up Jordan Addison from the Vikings. He's suspended for 3 games, but what's that?
That's 3 games in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I got Hollywood Brown. I feel like we could
That was
probably
an
use
interesting pick for you.
It is because I'm not that big of a believer, but we got 6 games now officially without Rasheed, and I feel like we're going to have to sprinkle him in because I'm telling you, those little toothpick legs of Xavier Worthy make me nervous.
They do. I like when he's already way down there, and you just
Yeah. Nobody's there to hit him.
He's
Yeah.
probably not going to get hit much.
I picked up Austin Eckler, the running back from Washington, because I'm assuming he's going to have to carry the load now that we traded our running back there. I don't know. Had to stick with the family and pick Hunter Henry. God love him. I got Xavier. Is it Leggett? Leggett?
I think it's Leggett.
Leggett.
I'm not sure.
Listen, it was kind of a late round pick, but also I was like, who else is Bryce Young going to throw the ball to except maybe that little rookie guy?
When I saw you pick him, I was like, I totally forgot about him. But you're right. He's probably going to be one of the main targets.
Now, I did get CJ Stroud as my backup. Again, versatile quarterback, dual threat. We'll see. I don't know. Last year I was real big on him, and that really did me nothing. And then I got Rashad White as a running back option from the Bucks. So I don't know what my grade was, and I don't know, like, I didn't get the email.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I don't know. I put us purposely in different conferences.
Okay.
So we will not have a matchup unless you make it to the playoffs.
Okay.
Well,
I don't
and
think
if
you
you
said
find
that
you,
like assuming you would.
well, I said, and if I do. Just to give you a recap, I am the commissioner of one of the Taylor Nation leagues.
Yes.
They auto assign our league names.
Oh,
Mine is Willow Remix.
we can't do that.
I don't love it. We don't. They like turn off. Shocker of all shockers. They turn off the settings. We can't change anything.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I'm like, of course they do. Anyway, my team name though is Ball Too Well.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
we draft on Sunday, so I don't know what we're gonna do there. And then we've got one with some of our friends here in Kansas City. Stuck with the rolling with my homie's name, but I did pick Burrow in that one. I feel real good about. I didn't get an email from this draft last night either.
Are you in charge of that one too?
Yes.
Maybe that's because maybe I
I
don't
don't know. I feel real good about this roster. Joe Burrow, Saquon Barkley, Jonathan Taylor, AJ Brown, DK Metcalf, TJ Hawkinson, Kenneth Walker III, the Steelers, and I don't like my kicker.
Okay, that's a good one. Now, is AJ Brown injured? I feel like I saw where he's injured.
Yeah, he's questionable right now with a hamstring, but I feel like we'll
Okay.
be fine.
Listen, we'll get that straightened out.
And then, I always participate in one of the Taylor Nation leagues. It's not the one that I manage. That one's name is 123 LGB. I would have been so happy.
Okay.
And it has not assigned us team names yet, so I don't know yet.
Okay.
I'll keep you guys posted.
That's a lot to keep up with during the season.
Yeah. Now you asked a question. If you could pick a head coach and GM for your team, who would you pick?
Yeah.
Now, did you mean, let me clarify, you do mean like real ones, not like me personally, right? Like, you don't mean it like, would I pick myself to be my general manager?
Yeah, like real coaches that are in there.
Okay, good. Because I was like, I'm clearly I'd pick myself. I'm real good at this. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Head coach.
Okay, head coach, I'm going Andy Reid.
Clearly.
I love him. I love his demeanor.
Okay, but what if you can't pick Andy? Because of course we're going Andy Reid. So what if you can't pick him?
I'm going Dan Campbell. Listen, there's something about that man. I'm not athletic, and I would try and run through a brick wall for him.
Oh,
Just get
geez.
you hyped.
God, okay.
I know.
Okay. Well, that's actually why. So Andy Reid's like the Chiefs for us, right?
Yeah.
Literally. We never go against them. So Andy's my choice. I actually went Vrabel for the exact same reason.
Okay.
Like that dude got a bloody nose the other day in a fight with the play. Like I loved it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something about former players, and not every former player could come back and be a head coach.
Yeah.
But former players coming back and being head coaches, it takes it to a different level.
Yeah. Who did you pick for your GM?
I went Howie Roseman.
So did I.
Okay, because I feel like he knows how to do the math and the numbers.
He knows something about numbers that no one else can figure
He's
out.
got some kind of formula he uses and wording that he puts in contracts
That's weird.
yeah,
It's real weird.
yeah.
Okay. So we already said our college football national championship, Super Bowl, and winners.
Okay, so SEC championship winner, I'm saying Texas takes it all this year.
Okay.
Which is, listen, as
Same.
an Alabama fan, that hurts my heart. But I'm
Listen, I don't know. Maybe I'm a Longhorns fan now. I don't know.
listen,
I don't look good in orange, but okay.
listen, that's not in our color wheel.
No.
No. And then Super Bowl winner, obviously, we don't go against the Chiefs.
Yeah. It's definitely the Chiefs. Who are they going to play?
I still think I'm sticking Packers.
Yeah. I'm kind of thinking we're going to have a repeat of the Eagles.
I wouldn't hate that either.
I need us to win this time.
Right, yeah. I need the outcome to be,
Okay.
different.
I will ask you one Taylor related question.
Okay.
Do you believe all the rumors that her talk of sourdough bread on New Heights was a Easter egg that she's going to play the Super Bowl in San Francisco?
No.
Okay. Neither do I, but everyone seems to think so. Good
Oh
luck.
gosh, that's so.
All right. What are your any final thoughts, parting words?
Listen, I'm interested to see. I think the SEC is going to be interesting to watch this year because we had a lot of teams that struggled last year that need to make some statement wins. But I think that we're going to see some big teams that we're not used to seeing struggle a lot this year. And then I think there's just been so much turnover with coaches and some players that in the NFL, I'm real excited to see how some of these teams do. So
Yeah.
it'll be a good
I
year.
think, I think this is going to be the year that a lot of NFL allegiances change.
Oh,
Because I think a lot of fan bases are going to finally just be fed up. I think
yeah.
Cowboys fans are there. I think 49ers fans are going to be fed up. I'm going to be honest, I think Ravens fans are going to be fed up.
Oh, okay.
And I also think the Bills Mafia is going to be like, what's it going to take?
That's a great point with the Bills because they do.
And I would also say the Bengals, but here's the thing. Do you know anybody that's a fan of the Bengals?
No, but to be fair, living in Texas, I only know one Cowboys fan.
Well, that is kind of surprising.
Right.
But you do live closer to Houston. Do you know Texans fans?
That's true. There's a lot of Texans fans.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that's a Bengals fan, but I would think they've been fed up.
I
So,
think so. It's got to be
Yeah.
just the parents of the players, right?
yeah. And then the last one I would say fan base that's got to be fed up because it's been a long time and a lot of hype that's been nothing is the Dolphins.
Listen, I don't like seeing them. Listen, I'm not trying to get them to win,
No.
championships here, but I don't like seeing them struggle as much as they've struggled.
It's bad. Real bad.
Yeah.
All we can hope for is Tua's head to be safe this year for the Dolphins. I mean,
Yeah.
just for his own health and family.
Yeah, and we didn't talk about any coaching hot seats, but Mike McDaniel, he's on the hot seat.
Yeah, if I'm thinking NFL, I'm definitely Mike McDaniel's top of my list. I think the Giants, Dayball, I don't know because you just now kind of drafted what's probably going to be your franchise quarterback.
I think Jackson Dart might have saved his job.
Yeah, I kind of always think Mike Tomlin should be on the hot seat, but he never is. So it's like Pittsburgh's just good with mediocrity.
That's true.
I think Kyle Shanahan got to be out.
100%. I think Stefanski should be. But in fairness, I think his front office
in
needs to be there
Cleveland,
too.
though. Yeah, I think it's the front office. I think it's the whole shebang. I think we should
just scrap it and start all over.
I think we should
have
probably
a better name than Browns.
maybe we should just cancel the franchise.
Okay, let's move it somewhere else.
I mean, it happens.
Why not?
Houston Oilers. No,
I like it.
Yeah, I think those are my big hot seats. I mean,
Okay.
nobody else I can really think of off the top of my head. Yeah, so that's it. That's football. Let's go Chiefs. That's all we know to do right now because we don't know about our college people.
That's right. The Chiefs' first game of the year is Brazil, so
Yep, it's gonna be real hot.
I'm
Travis is
real
gonna
glad that we're just getting our away our
Yeah.
overseas game. Let's just knock it out first.
Do you think Taylor's going to Brazil?
I don't think so. I think that
No.
because
I mean, she showed up at the Nebraska-Cincinnati game last night, so
but that was in
it was in
Arrowhead.
town. Yeah.
So, their security's already used to her. She's already used to how that runs. I would venture to guess that a lot of the wives and families don't go to Brazil.
Well, it's dangerous,
Yes.
is the thing, and it's
That's my-
hot.
Yeah.
And things didn't go well the last time we were in Brazil, so
I think that Taylor is hosting a wives watch party. Wives and girlfriends.
go at the house.
Yeah.
I like that. Brittany Mahomes also looked like $1 million last night at the
She's
game.
not so pretty. She's really come into her style and started.
She really has. Honestly, I like her style now better than Taylor's because I can't ever figure out what Taylor's wearing. You know that outfit she had on last night that looked like a white shirt and a blue jean skirt was $8,400.
Yeah, I saw that. Listen, I did
Was it
like
the
how they
boots?
color coordinated. Her and Brittany color coordinated.
Yeah,
That was.
yeah, it was the boots. And boy, she flashed that ring like it was nobody's business.
She sure did. Listen, I'd have been walking out with my hand up.
She
Like,
always drinks with her right hand. Not
Yeah.
anymore. She's
Nope.
always drinking with the left hand.
if you're getting my face in a picture, go ahead and get my hand.
Yeah, it was amazing. All right, well, we will be checking in every week with football, checking our predictions. We'll check in, we'll add back in our fantasy football weekly recaps. We always love to talk about Becca's season. So, but that's it.
That's right.
It is
So
now
happy.
time for football. All right, bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.